Audience.
Hi.
There's been an ongoing debate about the increase of teacher salary, and I am pro the increase of teacher salary because one, I'm a future educator myself, and two, I know everything that goes in to being a teacher. There are so many different aspects that play into why a teacher should be paid more, and I'm only going to talk about a few key points. For one, teachers are the ones who teach our children here in this society. And according to Alexandrova, the school teachers are responsible for the literacy and upbringing of tomorrow's generation. So without today's school teachers, it would be up to the parents to educate the children. And so some parents aren't fully educated themselves and they want a better future for their children, so they send them off to a public school and want them to go into college to further themselves than their parents got. There are some parents who are pretty far along in the education system, but they don't feel as if they can teach it well enough. Another reason is teachers spend a lot more than the 8-hour time slot in the classroom. Many teachers come before school, they stay late after school, they work weekends, they work long nights, and summers are pretty much a no-go for some teachers. Some teachers teach summer school. Some teachers spend most of their summer planning out their next year. For high school teachers, they have to plan out their year. If you're an English teacher like myself, you have to go ahead and pre-read all the novels you want your students to read so you know what you will be teaching. So these teachers spend more than just the 8-hour time slot they're getting paid for. I know for Pleasant Grove High School, a 10-month contract for your first year of teaching is $34,000, which equals out to $3,400 a month. To me, that seems like a lot because I only make $600 a month right now. But to somebody who is actually wanting to make a living off of that, it's pretty hard once you have children and other bills and things that surprisingly happen. Also, one of my friends is on her first year of teaching, and she tells me all the time how much she actually spends into putting into her classroom. And I'll want to hang out with her and stuff, but she's too busy grading papers or she's grading projects because the grading period's up soon and she has to get grades in. And this summer, she's going to be planning for her next year because she has to tweak what went wrong this year or what she can do better. So teaching is one of those, it's not an 8-to-5 job, it's a 24/7, 365, and teachers only get paid maybe 10 months out of the year at best. Another point is teachers have bills to pay too. Teachers are just like everybody else in society. They all have bills. They have car payments and house payments and groceries and children, so they have to pay for childcare, and those bills add up pretty quickly. And over the past several years, the cost of living has increased significantly. According to Derrich's article about the challenge of teacher salary, it states that the salary is based on the specific region. So since the cost of living has increased, a teacher's salary needs to increase as well. So here in Region 8, the housing should be based on a salary. Well, teachers don't get paid that much, and I know for me, if I was to start teaching at Pleasant Grove, that $3,400 a month seems like a lot, but houses in Pleasant Grove just to rent are $1,000 plus. And that's pretty hard once you figure out taxes out of that $3,400 a month on top of all the other bills you have to pay. And some people are single moms, and so they're having to live off of that, and it's very hard to live off of that. It's as if you are the bottom of the barrel, and you're trying to teach this upcoming generation, and it's hard for you to cope with it yourself. So, in Pleasant Grove, like I said, the cost of living is much higher than in TISD. TISD can pay their teachers more because they have a much wider district. They take up most of Texarkana, as Pleasant Grove is like this one little dot on the map. And so they can afford to pay their teachers more because they have more taxes coming in from the people living in that area versus Pleasant Grove. And according to Alexandrova, the average pay of school teachers has reached the level of the average pay in the economy. So with the way the economy is right now, that doesn't say very much. It basically means teachers are just getting by. They're barely making it. So these are just a few examples why teachers should get paid more. There are a ton more reasons why. Parent involvement is another one. Teachers have to act as some parents because some children's parents are non-existent and they're not in the picture. As a future educator, I see why teachers are fighting to struggle. I've started student teaching, and the first day the teacher asked me, "Do you really want to be a teacher?" She was trying to tell me, the pay's not good, and I understand that, but it's what I want to do, so that's where I feel like I need to be, and money will eventually find its way to my house. Lastly, Derkachev states that the higher the salary for teachers, the lower the number of teachers who are leaving their teaching job to work in a higher paying profession in order to make it through. And my student teacher is retiring this year she said she's going to find something else, and just to make ends meet over these past 13 years she's been teaching. And I can understand if teachers got paid more, they wouldn't be leaving and we wouldn't have to constantly find new teachers.